Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Unpacked, your calm space to revise and understand A-level psychology. In today's episode, we're exploring the psychological explanations of schizophrenia, focusing on the family models, the schizophrenogenic mother, the double-bind theory, and expressed emotion. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to describe each model clearly, evaluate them with confidence, and link them to modern interactionist perspectives. When psychologists first examined schizophrenia, they often looked beyond biology and into the family environment. They wondered, could communication or emotional climate within a home help explain why some people develop or relapse into psychosis? Let's begin with the first and most historical explanation, the schizophrenogenic mother. Proposed by Fromm Reichmann in the 1940s, this theory described a parent who was cold, rejecting, and controlling, creating an atmosphere of fear and guilt. Children growing up in such homes might learn that affection always carries rejection, leading to anxiety, mistrust, and potentially paranoid thinking. But, as we now know, this idea is socially sensitive and scientifically weak. It blamed mothers for a severe mental illness without strong evidence. Today, we treat it mainly as historical context, not a credible cause. The second model is double-bind theory, introduced by Bateson and colleagues in 1956. It focuses on contradictory communication, those painful no-win situations where a child receives mixed messages. For example, imagine a parent saying, "Come and give me a hug," while turning away at the same time. Whatever the child does feels wrong. Over time, that confusion may spill into disorganized thinking or speech as the person struggles to make sense of conflicting signals. The theory captures the chaos of schizophrenic thought, but research support is limited and largely retrospective, meaning we can't be sure which came first, the confusing communication or the child's unusual behavior. Our third and strongest model is expressed emotion, often shortened to EE. Unlike the others, EE explains not how schizophrenia begins, but why it returns. High EE families are marked by criticism, hostility, or emotional over-involvement. Studies show that people returning to these households are about twice as likely to relapse compared with those from calmer homes. This gives EE strong predictive validity. The mechanism is stress. Constant emotional tension raises cortisol, which can destabilize dopamine systems, increasing relapse risk in those already vulnerable. So we can say, expressed emotion doesn't cause schizophrenia, it triggers relapse. Evaluating EE is more positive. Evidence is consistent, and it has clear therapeutic value. Family therapy now teaches relatives how to communicate with less criticism and more understanding, significantly reducing relapse rates. Still, EE research is correlational, not causal, and we must consider cultural differences and avoid blaming families. So how do all three fit together? The schizophrenic mother is historical. The double-bind theory is conceptually interesting but weakly supported, and expressed emotion remains empirically strong. Modern psychology therefore takes an interactionist approach, combining biological vulnerability with environmental stress. Genes set the stage, but family dynamics and stress determine the outcome. When you write about these in exams, use the identify, explain, conclude structure. Identify the point, explain it using evidence, and conclude with why it matters for validity or usefulness. For example, high expressed emotion predicts relapse. Studies show nearly half of patients in high E families